Good morning, dear students. Welcome back to our online class. Here we continue with our Merchant of Venice Act 4 Scene 1 from line 335 onwards, page number 126 of your textbook. So in the previous video, we have seen that how Portia keeps her points in front of Shylock, Bassanio, Graciano, even in front of the Duke, and how she picks out the loophole from the bond. Okay, she asks Shylock, you can carry with the bond, you can take a pound of flesh from the nearest to the heart of the Antonio's heart, and at the same time she puts a condition that it is written in the bond and you have the sole right to take that, but there is one condition, and that condition is that you cannot spill a drop of blood while cutting a pound of flesh. Now this is actually, it's like a Shylock. After listening to this, he gets completely shocked and he doesn't understand that how is it possible. If you have to cut a pound of flesh, then you have to make sure that it will be spilling the blood, right? It is not possible to cut only the flesh without the blood. So here is what actually Portia traps Shylock in his own bond with his own statement there, and Shylock becomes totally helpless. Now again, she keeps options. So Shylock now thinks that it's better to take that money thrice which Bassanio was offering rather than putting himself in trouble. And he asked Portia that he is ready to take the thrice of the amount. But now Portia says that even you take the amount, you will be punished. Even if you deface the bond, then also you will be punished. Okay. So now in both the ways, Shylock is completely trapped in the Portia's way of, trapping himself in his own bond. So now let us see that Shylock says that in the I take this offer, then pay the bond thrice and let the Christian go. Okay, he says that he understood that this is not going to work out. His idea of going, ahead with the bond and taking a pound of flesh, and he talks sensibly at this time, and he says to Portia that I am ready to take the money and I am ready to leave Christian go. Who is the Christian go here? He is ready to allow Antonio go. Now Bassanio says here is the money. Bassanio doesn't actually think why he is ready to pay the money also. Portia soft, the Jew shall have all justice. So Portia says that stop. When Bassanio was about to give the money back, she stops Bassanio and says that no, you cannot take the money, no need to give it right now, stop there. And she says that let the Jew all have the justice. He wanted the bond to be fulfilled, right? And now let him have the justice. The court has given the permission for him, so let him have the justice, let his bond to be fulfilled. And no haste, he shall have nothing but the penalty. And if he is not going to lose anything, right, his bond is going to be fulfilled otherwise, and if he doesn't agree to fulfill this bond during this time, and if he withdraws from that, then he will be responsible to pay the penalty to the court. Okay, now why penalty to the court? Because when the court has asked Shylock before to make a outside court settlement, the Duke many times made him understand. All during this time, Shylock completely, denied, and he wanted that justice to be shown, justice to be proved, and justice to be justified. Otherwise, when people don't believe in the Venetian law, people don't believe in the Venetian court. So he had all these, answers to give back to them. So now Portia says that when the court has finally allowed you to take and pursue the bond, then you have to continue and agree with the bond. Go ahead. Why are you withdrawing from that? And now if he's withdrawing, that he had to pay the penalty because he has wasted the time of the court. He has wasted, he has become a reason for the court not to follow the rules of the court, even after the permission of the court. So all these will be paid back upon him. So Greciano was very much impressed when Portia keeps her statements and justifies to that, and he praises, oh Jew and a pride judge, oh Jew, look at there, you were praising the judge where you have got a very right lawyer here. So just look at her, look at him, and he is actually giving very right judgment. She is a really a learned judge. Portia says, therefore, prepare thee to cut off the flesh. Now you have no other option, Shylock. You have to continue with the bond. Otherwise, you have to pay the penalty to the court. So come on, get ready and you just prepare yourself to cut off the flesh from Antonio's body. Shed thou no blood, but beware, you are not supposed to shed even one drop of blood also. Nor cut thou less nor more. You cannot even cut more than 1 pound or even less than 1 pound, but just a pound. So you are just, it should be very apt measurement. Just only 1 pound of flesh you are supposed to cut from the Antonio's body, but without spilling even a single drop of blood. If thou cuttest more or less than just a pound, be it but so much as makes it light or heavy in the substance of the division of the 20th part of one poor scruple. Nay, if the scale do turn, but in the estimation of a hair, thou diest, and all thy goods are confiscated. So now again she warns him, right? Said that if you go beyond the rule, that is a policy. Now what is the rule and the policy is that? What is this? Portia here makes it very clear in front of the Shylock, and she says that you are expected to cut only 1 pound of flesh, not a little bit more or neither a little bit less. Okay, and be it but so much as make it light or heavy in the substance. Okay, so that means here substance is actually referred to that balance, weighing balance. Okay, so you cannot make it more heavy nor neither light. Okay, that means if your measurement of cutting a pound of flesh is right and apt, the balance will be also will be in the correct proportion. Otherwise it will be showing the its measurement. Okay, and in that case, or the division of the 20th part of the one poor scruple. What is scruple? You know, if you have seen the balance weight, a very small scruple is a small actually unit of weight of 20 grams. Okay, and if the scale, if it is estimated that one side of the scale varies from the other by as much as a hair's breadth. So that is what here he says, that even a minute hair's difference in the measurement should not be seen when you cut a pound of flesh from Antonio's body. Okay, so thou diest and all thy goods are confiscated. And if you do like that, if even one hair difference measurement is seen in this weighing balance, then if you do like that, if it happens, then all thy goods, all your property will be confiscated, taken forcefully by the court. Okay, Graciano was so much happy to listen the lawyer speaking and putting the points, you know, so tactfully that Shylock is completely trapped there. And he, you know, expresses his happiness. Oh, you are really a second Daniel, a Daniel Jew. Now, infidel, I have thee on the hip. So he says that, yeah, you are really a second Daniel. Already, you know, Shylock gave this title to Portia, that is the young lawyer here, as the Daniel. Okay, and we have seen the, you know, reference to that. So now again, Graciano also says that, oh, you are really a second Daniel. You're the right judgment what you have given here. Okay, Jew, now infidel. Jew, who is a Jew here? Turning toward the Shylock, he says that now come on, infidel, you non-believer in the Christian faith. I have thee on the hip. That means I have a firm hold upon you. The phrase on the hip is actually taken from, you know, wrestling. In wrestling, if you have watched the people fighting the wrestling, you can see that they in order to control and hold the opponent, they use different postures. Okay, so here you can see this is one of the posture where they will be holding at the you know, their arms with the opposite person's tightly near their stomach or near their covering their body there. Okay, so that the opponent person should not reveal themselves and step away. Okay, so that is why this expression is used in that way, that is, I have a firm hold on you. That meaning is that I have a tight hold on you and I'm not going to leave you. Okay, so that means that means here actually Graciano want to say that this lawyer has actually gave me an opportunity to have a tight hold on you, and you are not going to leave. Not leave in the sense here is used in two meaning. Literally, Greciano doesn't want Shylock to allow go away from this court. And second meaning is that he has to finish this bond and there is no other option for him leaving this bond and running away from the court. Okay, so in both the sense this is used. Okay, now Portia, the young lawyer here, says, why did the Jew pause? Take thy forfeiture. Why are you waiting? Why it stopped? Come on, go ahead with your forfeiture. Go ahead with your bond. Shylock, give me my principal and let me go. Shylock finally understood that he is totally trapped and there is no other way. Whether he will be fulfilling the bond, the charges will be claimed upon that he has taken the life of a person. Okay. Second is that he has, defaced the bond by, spilling up blood. Okay, which is against the bond. So in that way, he will be charged. And again, if he doesn't agree with the bond and don't want to continue and go ahead with the bond, in that case also Shylock will be punished. Okay, and already Portia told that your property will be confiscated and you have to pay compensation for the court because you have wasted the time and effort of the court. Okay, so Shylock finally understood that and he doesn't want to go ahead with the bond right now, so he changes his decision and he says that please allow, he says that give me my principal. He don't request here, but he says give me, come on, give me my principal amount. Okay, I don't, earlier what he said, I'll take the thrice of the amount, but now he says I don't want the thrice amount, I want only that principal amount, means one, how much he has borrowed in the initial time. Okay, and let me go and please allow me to go from here. Bassanio, I have it ready for thee. Here it is. And the fool Bassanio again, gives the money, try to hand over the money to Shylock and says that I have it ready here. You can take that. Portia again stops Bassanio there. Portia here as a young lawyer again stops Bassanio and says that he hath refused it in the open court. He shall have merely justice and his word. No, no, no. You are not supposed to give the money to Shylock. Why? Because when initially when Shylock was being offered the money, he actually refused it in front of the court itself. So how can he take the money right now? The one thing which you have refused in front of the court, the same thing you are asking again in front of the court, it is not allowed. In the court, you are supposed to speak only once and what you speak, you have to follow it. Okay. So that is why Portia refuses even Bassanio also. Greciano says, wow, really Daniel, still say, I am so much impressed with this young lawyer, says Greciano. He is a real Daniel. I thank thee, Jew, for teaching me that word. And again he turns to Shylock and says that thank you that you have found a right title to this young lawyer, that is a Daniel. You have taught that word, you have actually coined that word, and that's absolutely the right word which befits this young lawyer now. Shylock says, shall I not have barely my principal? Now Shylock is, he understood that he is totally trapped, whether he will be accepting the bond or whether he will be defacing the bond, he is trapped. So he is, asking that, am I not even eligible to get barely, means only the principal amount, the amount which I gave to Antonio while signing the bond? Portia, thou shalt have nothing but the forfeiture. No, you don't even deserve that, because when it was offered to you, you openly denied it in front of the court, in front of the duke. Okay, so that means right now you don't deserve a single penny also. But only what you deserve is that you have the right to follow and continue and go ahead with your bond, and that if you want you can do it. Okay, and if you don't do that, then also you have to pay the penalty. So be so taken as thy peril means so you are at your own risk, isn't it? You wanted the bond to be fulfilled at any cost, so you are at your own risk. If you don't fulfill, you have to pay the penalty. If you fulfill, you have to make sure that you won't weigh more than 1 pound and you won't spill a drop of blood. So in both the cases, you are under risk. So Shylock says, why then the devil give him good of it? I'll stay no longer question. Now he started getting irritated out of this young lawyer the very same lawyer whom he praised a few minutes before. Okay, he says that I shall not remain here for any further question. Now he understood that if he remains here, he will be again in trouble, being questioned again and again and interrogated, and he will be, already he is completely trapped, and the more he stays there, the more trapping will be there. So that is why he said that I'm not going to give any answer to these questions here. I'm not stay any longer here. Portia says, tarry Jew, wait. Tarry means wait. Okay, so wait, Jew. The law hath yet another hold on you. This is not only over, you are also charged for one more thing. What is that? It is enacted in the laws of Venice, if it be proved against an alien that by direct or indirect attempts he seek the life of any citizen, the party against the which he doth contrive shall seize on half his goods. The other half comes to the privy coffer of the state. So now you have one more charge upon you as per the rule of the Venice, as per the laws of the Venice. And what is that? If it is proved against an alien, alien means a foreigner, okay? If it is been proved against a foreigner that by direct or indirect attempts he seek the life of any citizen, okay? Suppose if you by direct or indirect attempts try to take the life of any citizen, the party against the which he doth contrive, means the party against, without consideration to what others may say, shall capture one half of his goods, shall be taking, is bound to take the one half of his property or his goods or commodity, whatever it is, and the other half comes to the privy coffer of the state, and the other half property will be going to the state. Now what does it mean? It means that here actually the young lawyer keeps one more charge, that if you have tried to take the life of a foreigner directly or indirectly, means in the direct means or through by sending someone else, indirect means, then the person have the right to claim upon you for his life. Okay, that is, you have attempt, we have, in our Indian codes, even attempt to murder is considered as a crime. If murder is done or not done, but if you are done directly or indirectly, or you send someone to kill someone else, then attempt to murder is also considered as a crime here. So then that person have to be answerable in the court. So here also, if the is trying to kill someone directly or indirectly, again is charged against the person there, and that person have the right to give half of his property to the victim, or and half of the property to the state government or the court itself. Okay, the court has a right to take that. So that is what the third charge that was being imposed upon Shylock here. And the offender's life lies in the mercy of the duke only. And the offender's life means, now here who is an offender? Shylock. Now Shylock's life, whether to be imprisoned, whether to be hanged to death, whether to be sentenced to death, that totally lies in the hands of the duke. It is totally under the decision of the duke. What the duke decides, it will be the final judgment. Okay, against all other voice, means against all other arguments, counter crossing questions, etc., against all other things, the sole right whether to leave the offender or to punish the offender, or what type of punishment should be given to the offender, is completely under the hands of the duke itself. Okay, in which predicament I say thou standest, for it appears by manifest proceeding that indirectly and directly too thou hast contrived against the very life of the defendant. And Portia says that in this matter, in your matter, it is very clearly appearing that whether you have manifested or you have manifested with the some other hands, that is, try to clear the evidence from what has happened, you are directly or indirectly plotted to take the life of a person. Okay, and you are liable to this particular punishment, that is, you are a punishment of the laws of the Venice. Okay, and thou hast incurred the danger formerly by me rehearsed. And what you have done, you have actually become liable to pay the penalty. Means you became, in this way you became eligible, or you became responsible to pay the penalty. Down therefore and beg mercy for the duke. And she says that, and this was declared by me earlier, because even you try to bribe the young lawyer also. So that is why she says that. So in every way you see, you are being charged, and your game is over, Shylock, here. And only one thing is left. If the duke fails to allow mercy, give mercy to you, then something may happen. Otherwise, you are out of the game. Okay, so this is what Portia says, that down there. So down there means what? Down there, it has meaning that be humble, beg, kneel down in front of the duke and beg mercy from the duke. If the duke feels like giving mercy, and if he is having that quality of mercy in him, and or if he doesn't have the quality of mercy like you, then there is no other way for the Shylock except accepting the punishments. Otherwise, if the duke is willing to give or show mercy, then at least your life will be spared. So this is what actually Portia, concludes her final statement with the Shylock. Okay, so I hope that you understood this much part. We have covered till line 375. Watch the video along with the textbook, and if you have and need any clarifications, do text me. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.